Hey everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. Thanks for coming back. I have some coaster molds out again. I know you guys, I do a lot of coasters, but I kind of have to because this is an order. So this order is going to get sky blue and this wheat color. And we are going to do the reversible coaster again. So the Geode on the top, the Crackle on the bottom, but this time I'm going to probably put some foils in the center, probably silver foil, the little flake foil. Actually, I better get it out now or I'm probably gonna forget. So this little foil that you get, oh, it didn't even open this one. So this is gonna go in the center so it'll look like the Geode, the real Geode, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to cover the center with any stickers or any kind of words or any kind of anything. So this is going to be the foil later. So I'm going to leave that out so I don't forget. The way I do the reversible, I just did this the other day. You can go back and watch that one as well. It came out really, really nice. And you put clear on the bottom and then you do your Geode style. So you do your darkest color around the edge, your lighter color in the middle, and we pour clear in the center to make that effect. So each of these holds 4 ounces each. I'm gonna do 3 ounces each because I wanna leave a layer for a top coat so it's just really pretty and clear and shiny and you know, all the good stuff when you finish off something. So I'm gonna mix up 12 ounces of my epoxy resin. In fact, I don't have any sitting here to show you. I have to go get some more out of the other room because that one is gonna allow the resin to move the longest to get the best striations available. So let me go grab some more resin. I'm gonna start mixing it up and I don't need to put it through the vacuum chamber for this one because we're not using the clear that we are using is going to get mixed in, so the clear is not going to make any difference in this point. I did want to show you, so I just opened the box and I keep forgetting to tell you, when you get this epoxy resin kit, every time you get it, you get this huge silicone mixing container, which I love because I have several of them now. So the only thing I do on them, because it's hard to see the numbers, as I take a black Sharpie and I just mark where I need to fill my A and my B. Then I wipe it off for the next one with some alcohol, brand new. So let me get this going and I will see you on the other side. All right, I got my 12 ounces mixed up. Now I'm gonna split it. So I'm gonna do like this little tiny cup of the blue because you do not need your dark color very much at all. I'll do like maybe an ounce. And then I'm going to, let me mix that up. I'm waiting for that to drip off so I don't waste that resin. So I'll mix my blue while I'm waiting on that. You want a decent amount of mica, but not too much. I know I'm not a help when I say not too much and not too little. But that's kind of how these work. You don't want too little where the striations don't work, and then you don't want too much because you don't want them too heavy and they don't work. So you might have to practice a couple times to kind of figure out what you're looking for. It's hard to mix in these little things because of all the ridges on the side, but it's always the right amount of resin. So I continually use them even though I don't like mixing in them. Just gotta scrape it all down. Make sure you mix it good because it will float. Sometimes it does and you just pick it out when it floats without disturbing the action that it's taking. I think it's still a little kind of clear. I'm gonna put a little bit more in. Of course, I'm dripping it into my coaster molds. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer with just enough of the clear to get on the bottom And if you don't put enough, it's going to separate from itself, so you'll kind of know. Just add a little bit more. And then I will do the split between the wheat color and the rest of the clear. So I want to be able to pour clear into the center of all of them about equally, so they are all have about an equal reaction. Of course, we cannot control resin. We all know that. And it's frustrating that we can't control it, but if you're doing a set, I recommend you do them all at the same time, because it will be almost impossible to recreate something. And sometimes we have a lot of happy accidents. Just hope that all 4 aren't failures, that's all. It's happened before. It happens to all of us, so don't feel bad if you're new. You will get it, and they will be beautiful. All right, I'm gonna pull this out. Let that drip over there. Close this up. Whoops. All right, so I'm just gonna pour enough resin to coat the bottom. Then I'll get it spread out to the edge. They're probably not all gonna be the same, just because I'm not measuring anything right now, but it's okay because the top coat will take care of anything else. Move this. So we want this to go to the edge so that crackle effect can work. Oh, I see glitter in there. I don't even have any glitter out. Okay. And there's plenty in these. Probably more than I need, but it should be fine. I'm just gonna spritz it with some alcohol now, because you can't do that later. And get that piece of glitter out of there. Of course, it's gonna give me a problem. I split the rest. There was 8 ounces left in the container. I put 4 of it in here. If I need to mix more, I will. So I'm just going to put my mica powder in here, a decent amount again for 4 ounces. I'm really liking this color. If you guys know where I can get a refill of this kind of color just by itself, because this came in a set. Actually, I think Renee gave me this set, and I love them all, but that's actually my favorite because I can't find a creamy color. I think these 2 colors will look beautiful. Now, I'm not waiting for any temperatures. You don't have to sit and let it sit for any reason on this technique. You just mix and pour. So it's a little easier than trying the blooms, especially if you're new. I know you guys who are having bloom failures, trust me, you will get it. It took me a long time, but I did get it. I just persevered. This one is not as difficult to achieve. So yeah, you should have good luck on this one. This one, I'm gonna put a tiny bit more in there. I just don't like to see any kind of clear color running down anywhere. So we want more of the lighter color because the darker color tends to take over. I always pour my dark color around the edge and the lighter color in the center. That's how I've had the best luck doing these. I've been making these since I was brand new. It was one of the first things I learned how to do fairly quickly and pretty good. So yeah, if you're new and you need a technique that looks pretty cool, and isn't too complicated, this is where you should start. Okay. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pour it around the edge of each coaster. And move things out of your way or it will be difficult. I'm gonna go around them all once real quick, and then if there's any left, we'll kind of even them out. All right, I do have some oh geez, you don't want that there. Make sure if you drip some in to move it, get it out. It will interfere and you will see it. Let me just use this up. This one and this one here. One ounce goes pretty far. That's all you need. If you're doing 2 coasters, you only need about a ½ ounce. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it's definitely enough. Now for the wheat color, I'm just going to go right on the inside. I do kind of want to fill it up so I can push the center out with the clear. So don't be afraid to let it touch. I just wanted to make sure I was getting enough in each one. I can actually, if you don't have enough, which I might do, is just mix a little more of my clear, because I would rather have this color. I don't think I need 4 ounces of clear. So I am going to mix up a little bit more of this color. Just to do some more in each of these, because I don't want a whole ton of clear showing in the center of these. I just want a little bit, and if it doesn't close too much, one issue could be the fact that you pushed it with too much clear. I'm going to do this over here. And you have a really open center. You could always take a syringe like I did on my last video, because I wanted those completely closed because I was putting a name in the center. These I want a little bit open because I'm going to put gold foil in the center. So it all depends on what look you're going for, on how you want your center to look. So I'm just going to add this to some of these here just to close it up a little bit more. And this one. Now I'm going to take this and I'm just going to dump it as close to the center as I can. About that much. I might have mixed a little bit too much. We'll just make extras. You want it in the center because that's where you want the foil. That's why I'm trying to get the exact center. I'm also trying to leave enough space for the top coat. Now I do have extra of this just because I don't want too big of a center. I'm just going to torch my tops of these. Actually, no, not yet. I'm going to take my heat gun and heat them up. Pop some bubbles at the same time. I don't spray alcohol like I said on these. I'm just gonna quick go over these fast so you don't burn your molds and fuse it to your resin. All right, I'm gonna put you on a time lapse while I do something with all the extras. So before it finishes moving, I do want to get my foils in the center because I didn't save any resin to mix it in with. I'm just going to take my tweezers here and kind of bury it in there. But if you saved any resin, I would have done it that way. I would have mixed it in my resin first and then put it in. And I know I took my gloves off too early, but they were really sticky. So I'm going to try to do this very carefully. I made a couple of keychains with this wheat color pendant. And then I mixed some black in the rest of it, which I had the exact amount to the last drop to fill up my hippo mold. So I covered him this time in a holographic glitter. I painted onto the mold and filled him with black. So we'll see how the hippo comes out today. Now do this very carefully without disturbing what's going on with the rest of it. I gotta wipe these off because they're getting too full here. This stuff is very light, so don't let it fly around your room and land in your coaster. I'm just trying to get them all about equal. This one looks like it needs just a little bit. But they're moving very nicely. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I just hope it doesn't cover up the silver flake. And you'll probably be able to see the silver from both sides. All right, that's it for now, guys. I am not going to spoil the surprise, so I will not put you on another time lapse because it's definitely going to be moving a lot more. So I will see you on the top coat. They're cured. It's time to pour the final layer. So I mixed up 5 ounces of my casting resin, added a little bit of the sparkle dust, mixed it all in together. So I'm just going to pour them and let them cure, and then we'll get them demolded and see what we have on the back. So I just want to dome these really well so we don't have much trimming to do, if any at all. And that's just bringing the resin just over the edge of the mold so the surface tension will hold it back from coming over. It'll have like a little bubble on the top. A lot of people have asked lately what doming means, so I must have a lot of new viewers. So if you look from the side, you'll just see like this little bubble of resin. And you just want to get it just right so it doesn't come over, obviously, and spill. And if you can do that good, you won't have any trimming to do. Sometimes I get it perfect and sometimes I don't. And you have to have a level surface too. Otherwise one side will work and the other side won't work. And so it's not always easy. I might actually have to prop these up with a stick on one side of mine. Now, don't put your top layer on this kind of technique until it's fully cured, or you will ruin the pattern that you're trying to achieve. I know by experience, unfortunately. Patience pays. All right, I'm just gonna go from eye level and see which ones need some more, if any. So these two just need to be propped up with a stick. Just on this side a little bit. The other two seem fine. I have some more extras, which I have 1 ounce, just over an ounce, ounce and a half. I'm gonna take this guy out so we can see how he looks. Let me get him out over here. Oh, look at that holographic glitter, you guys. He looks adorable. My little hippo. Oh, I gotta trim his chin. He's so cute. So the holographic glitter works pretty good in that mold. I am finishing up the other extras that I poured. I haven't got those done yet. I did finish these though. These are from something else I wasn't doing on camera. So there was a little bit of leftover. I added this glitter to it. Made a keychain and a pendant. So those were from, like I said, something off camera. Let me find something to do with this one. I might actually pour my flower mold And yeah, I'll see you on demold. They are cured, you guys. It's time to unmold them and see what we got, but we have some extras to show you first. I did unmold the flowers. Here is the little flowers, and I have been making them into keychains lately. I don't have many charms in gold, so I didn't have a charm to put on this one, and I'm running low. I'm waiting for my supplies for silver to come in, so I'm running low on the keychain supplies. And here is a silver one. Really pretty faceted flower. And then I had enough to make one charm, which it's a really light blue. You could see it this way. And then I put this little pinch, it's not a pinch bail, it's actually needed a jump ring, but I thought it went well with that little heart. I don't get to use these very much because they're antiqued. And then for the wheat color, I have made a dragonfly keychain with the little bird charm. I'll get it here, one, there we go. And I have a Tree of Life keychain. Super cool. I think it's video number 471, if I'm correct, on how I finish all this stuff. If you haven't seen that one, go back and watch 471. This is a little charm with a little footprint on it. And one more, and I have a little rhinestone on that pinch bail. So I thought that was pretty. I should add a rhinestone to the center of the flower. I think I might. Okay, are you ready to see these? Let's get them unmolded, and then we will flip them over. Hopefully we got some crackle on the back. This one's domed much better than the first two. I can just tell by the feel. It's nice and smooth. Actually, I went over, so now I have to trim it. Great. So much for the, see, I'm telling you guys, if you don't dome it perfectly, you're still gonna have to trim. This one is done pretty perfectly. Okay, are you guys ready? Let me move this stuff out of the way. They're all probably gonna be the same. There's some crackle. Some bigger crackle, and then some, you know why? Because I put two different, remember I remixed the mica powder? That's why there's two different colors, because I needed to add a little bit more. So we got two different, so that shows you, that's a good example actually. So this crackle probably had more mica powder in it than this one, because this one was puffier and this one is more condensed, which I think I like this one better. So this one probably had more mica powder in it. Yep. That's probably what happened, but we did get the crackle, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And you can see the center from either side. Now the blue on this one didn't have much left, so it didn't crackle, but these are typically the top anyway, but if you want to, at least you have a better bottom than you would if you didn't pour the clear first. Well, that's a wrap, you guys. That's today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys all tomorrow, 9 p.m. sharp, Eastern Standard Time. You guys have a blessed day. Bye.